What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you a World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This is going to be one of my matches in my T-44, and it is a standard battle on Murovanka. It is obviously going to be a 9.9 replay, if you could not tell from the thumbnail, or possibly some other things going on in this game. And it's almost as ideal as it gets for the T-44, which is an alright tier 8 medium tank. I'm still not too thrilled with it. I haven't played World of Tanks enough to really get past it to the T-54, which many people swear by, and I've seen many replays of, and a lot of people play very well. So looking forward to the day when I eventually get it. However, the reason I say it's not quite ideal is because, well, on that enemy team you have an IS-6 and a KV-4, two things that are somewhat hard to penetrate with the T-44's gun. Now, it's not super terrible, but it is 175 penetration, 250 average damage at tier 8, which, of course, I mean, that's on par with the IS-6. However, the IS-6 has some armor on it, a bit more than the T-44, or one would assume. This is actually going to be a pretty interesting match. Many people might not expect the way things turn out. So the M41 Bulldog doing a quick little scout run. He will get shot for his shovel because I have a fast enough reload. I figured, why not take the shot? And already reloaded. That's one of the biggest principles in this game. If you have an opportunity to shoot at an enemy tank, hello T-150, you better take that shot and then get right back out of the way and reload before you miss your chance to shoot them. Another M41, not a T-41. Rolling around me, managing to get that snapshot on him as well, and getting vastly and very rapidly overwhelmed by enemy vehicles. I recognize I need to get myself out of there as quickly as I can, engage this 30-02, I suppose I should say, and quickly eliminate, an unexpected ricochet. Being 9.9, I don't always recall how this battle goes, but my armor is pretty well angled to him and his ally, who also ricocheted off me. But not that time. There's a T-25-2 way in the back there doing his TD little thing. And the KV-4 is behind me, I am well aware, but that is why I went around the corner. I'm taking blind shots. I'm pretty sure I was just aiming where I saw his shells coming from due to that hit indicator. And really abusing the T-44's very well sloped frontal armor, angling it to where the T-25-2 is going to have a rough time. The M41 focusing on that LTTB, but then realizing I'm possibly the bigger threat, turning to engage me. He does miss and then get eliminated by our LTTB. Our WZ-111 and our T-32 managed to handle that KV-4, so I don't even have to worry about him anymore. And it is 6-3, the enemy team quickly falling to pieces. However, they have very much secured the eastern flank in the magical forest, as it has so often been called. It's not so much magical anymore since recent patches, but back in the day, it used to be the bane of many a heavy tank because TDs and light tanks would hide in it like no other, pretty much outspot anything that tried to push through it and eliminate it very rapidly. The IS-6 moving out into the open field, pushing into quite a few of our allies. Our Yog Tiger 88 still sitting on base, not sure if he's AFK or if he's just in a defensive position. It's really hard to say, although I think we'll be able to make that judgment call a bit more accurately in post-game stats. But this T-25-2, the one who is going to continue to ricochet off me, certainly going to be my next target, and I should get the elimination right there. I do 2 kills, and I'm managing to continue and maintain a good hit point pool. Artillery not too happy with me at this point in time, but now I am certainly going to prioritize him. Getting a little concerned for myself, not quite sure if I'm going to be able to get too many more kills or damage for this match, so really being a lot more aggressive, besides the fact that I do have so many hit points still going for me. IS-2 engaging quite a few vehicles, a lot of the enemy tanks actually going far north into those hills and trees so they can regroup and make a solid push on base. They do have the M41 Bulldog, one of their team's 3 M41 Bulldogs in the front. 2 of them have since been eliminated, I believe. Yes, I had a hand in that over on that flank. But the 41 Bulldog scout tank doing his scouty scout roll and trying to light for his teammates further back, the AMX and the T-34. But this T-34 85, Tier 6 versus Tier 8, I'm sorry, little brother, but you stand no chance against me, still ricocheting. And this is what I mean by it's an ideal matchup for the T-44. The lower tier vehicles, while the T-44's armor isn't incredible against lower tier things, it's actually somewhat reliable, especially if you angle it well, and it also allows its 175 penetration gun. Artillery being a little bit unexpected here, but I don't even want to give him the chance to, you know, derp me and decide to ram him instead of waiting for my reload to finish him off. So I do get kill number 3 right there. And at this point in the match, this is very atypical for me, not what I'm used to driving the T-44, and by that I mean really being able to use my armor to great effectiveness, because a lot of times I'm in major Tier 8, Tier 9, Tier 10 matches with this thing, and my armor means nothing. And here again, this 41 Bulldog trying to get through, he will with that shot, but not before I do manage to kill him. I think I might have, no, he is doing a good chunk of damage to me right now because he is circling me, but I kill him before he can kill me, and boy did he almost kill me, but that is the final kill. And here we go with those post-game stats, seeing Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, a plethora of ribbons and pins to include Fighter, Fire for Effects, Shellproof, Duelist, Hand of God, and Bruiser. We get ourselves cool-headed. That was unexpected at the end of the match, I have to say. Steel Wall, somewhat unexpected. I wasn't really counting on that. I knew I ricocheted a lot, but high caliber. I mean, from my performance in this match, at the end, I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of awards I was given. I wasn't quite sure I had earned anything, just due to how the match felt when I played it. However, we see now 3,700 hit points worth of damage, and well, we don't really need to see all that other stuff. The IS-2 for the enemy team doing very well for himself, actually, getting some spotting damage as well. In addition to some damage blocked by armor, apparently everyone was ricocheting. The IS-6 quite low performing for his team, did block quite a bit by armor. The KV-4 made a huge mistake charging into our team and just getting surrounded, fighting 2 Tier 8s. Yes, KV-4 has good armor in Tier 8 match where he is top dog, and there's a whole lot of other lower tier stuff. KV-4 is king, but you don't, it's still a heavy tank with strongly lacking mobility. You don't want to drive out into the open and get yourself surrounded. You want to play in choke points, make sure that you are fighting the enemy on your terms, and that means frontal armor facing them, and he did just simply not do that. Our FV-304 on our team, I just realized we had one, or I'm just commenting now that we have one. I didn't really give it much thought when I saw it in the match, but not doing too hot for himself, unfortunately. Now, the Ogtiger 88, he wasn't AFK. He actually did get quite a bit of damage blocked by armor, and he was in a defensive position. Quite a lot of damage upon detecting, too. Almost equal with his damage done, exceeding it by about 400 hit points there. And everyone else on our team kind of doing a good job of pulling their own weight. Our WZ-111 doing a pretty good job as well, but I was just apparently taking up a good chunk of the damage that we were dealing to the enemy team, so cannot complain about that. The enemy team, on the other hand, that T-25-2, that poor T-25-2, certainly not able to penetrate my armor. That 3002 not doing too well either. The AMX 12-ton and 41 Walker Bulldog, I'm guessing those were ones I encountered. Well, I mean, thinking back on it, I encountered every Walker Bulldog M41 in the entire match. It's just at different times, but I'm thinking he had to have been the first one that kind of got caught out in the open. I don't recall. You guys have a better idea, obviously, than I do, because I get so caught up in the action. It's a flurry of just chaos and absolute madness for me to commentate. Again, I don't script these. I do them kind of at my whim. Still, being a match I played personally, I should have a bit better idea, and I do, but it's still chaos, nonetheless. Still, 18 shots fired, all 18 finding their mark, 16 of which penetrating, which gave me a good chunk of damage of 3,700. Not a whole lot dealt from a distance of more than 300 meters, so a bit more up close and personal in the T-44, a bit unusual. 21 shots fired at me. Well, that actually hit my vehicle, 7 of them being penetrations, a lot of them being from that last Walker Bulldog, and a lot of them being non-penetrations, most of which probably from that T-25 too. But total damage blocked by armor over 2,200, just under 2,300. A little bit of damage detected with my assistance, and quite a bit of distance traveled, but Apparently, I also got some vehicles spotted, yeah. So, right there. Cannot complain at all. Earning myself a good chunk of credits, even without premium, I would have as well. And a good chunk of experience. So, certainly nothing to scoff at. But anyway, that's about gonna wrap it up for this video. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you've got something you want to share or suggest in relation to this video or my videos in general or channel, comment section. And finally, if you got a replay you think I should do a commentary on, please just check the description below for instructions on how to submit. But until next time, this has been Spang, and clearly I am just oh so professional.
MLG Dynamo.